how do I put that together? If this would scare the hell out of a skeptic, a atheist. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I'm sitting here because my team, my son actually found it. They're in shock. So we was expounding on it, and I was like, we're gonna wait on her. And as we was waiting, we started expounding on it because my team, my son Googled it, and he actually found it. Now do this. Google Smith Street. Remember, the Lord gave me Smith Street, and He said Smith Street and College Park. And I was just telling them this is not something that even if somebody was skeptical, this is not something anybody you can make up. I didn't know anything about a college park. I've never been to Orlando. Google Google where is Smith Street? What is Smith Street to College Park? Google it like that. What is Smith Street to College Park? Or Google, what is the significance? Yeah, Google it like that. Google, what is the significance of Smith Street to College Park? To College Park. And Google and say, and how close are they together? And that should give you the full. Okay, Google, son, one of y'all, whatever, what y'all found, send it to her. Lois, if you found that, screenshot it to her, this to her, because Google is not pulling up what you guys found on her end. Send it
Send
to.
it to the group chat.
He send it.
Why is already in the group chat?
It's already in the group. Send that to her from the. That's it. Wow. Um, yeah. What kind of blows me away is uh I'm in Michigan, and the Lord just starts talking to me about you. And like I said, the details, as he was giving me the details of it, it prompted me to get up and write because the details were so detailing that I wouldn't have been able to just quote it all based off of, oh, the Lord said it, because I wouldn't have remembered those kind of details. They were significant particles and pieces of the details that I just knew I wouldn't have remembered. And then I was asking him to go further. I said, well, what is this and what is that? And then he said, well, I will go deeper with you. He said, Smith Street. I said, Smith. He said, Smith Street and then College Park. I said, oh, this is Atlanta. So I'm thinking you're in Atlanta. I said, oh, she's probably in Atlanta now, or getting ready to go there. And he said, no, it's not. I said, no, it's not. He said, no, son, it's not. College Park, I asked. He said, Google Smith Street. Then he said to me, you Google everything. Google Smith Street. He said, I Googled it and my mouth just dropped. I Googled it, and the way everything he told me was actually what I was. So while I'm giving you this word, one of my sons, he Googled the name as well because of the details of I had to verify. The Bible says to try every spirit. So I knew it was God, but I wanted to verify the accuracy level because the accuracy and the details were details that I couldn't miss. It's not that's not something that I can just blurt out and just get to rambling because I'm a prophet. I don't even have that level of pride or conceited in my gift. I'm very wise and I perceive what the Lord's saying and I use it with the love of grace, but I also do my homework when the Lord speaks to me about details like that. If it's something like a sickness or he's telling me somebody's going to get a vehicle and he gives me the color of the vehicle, I will just go with that. That's something a little more simple. Now when you go into the Lord dealing with me about street names, because he does this all the time. The Lord will give me street names and give me people's names, actually, give me their first and last names. That I tread I try to be very careful with that because that's when it can, those are details I just can't play with. So when the Lord gave me these details about you, and again, I hadn't been thinking about you. I wasn't, so for him to bring this up or bring this to me, I had to get up and write. So I said, well, let me write because I want to be on point. And so when he got to Smith Street, I kind of got a little nervous about it. And I said, well, then he said, this is College Park. I said, oh, I said, that's Atlanta. And then when he said, no, it's not, then I go, oh, okay. So then I'm a little hesitant now because the only College Park I know, I think most people know, is Atlanta area. And I've lived in Atlanta. I'm very familiar with that. So I immediately went to what I was familiar with. So what the Lord was speaking to me about was so unfamiliar, so I had no ties to it. I've never been to Orlando. I've been to Orlando maybe once, and that was 20 years ago, but not long enough to get details. It was just so random, but so detailed, so I couldn't play with it. So I got up and started writing, and then when he gave me those names, I did Google Smith Street, and my mouth dropped. And I said, okay, then this is definitely of God. And he definitely wants me to talk to Stephanie about this. But he said that this company was going to collapse and he needed you to know this ahead of time. I don't know what company this is, but he said a company would collapse, but it's going to turn in your favor. Mm. I don't I don't know what that. Go ahead. I'm sorry. I would say I don't know what this is because he dealt me about two companies, a corporate, and then there was another company. But he said even when they collapse, it will turn into your favor. But he was telling me he wanted to tell you what he wanted me to give you ahead of time so that you can kind of he can so that you can kind of get situated mentally for the shifting, and that he wanted you to sow so that he could prepare you for the shifting and so that your finances would not be touched by this what's getting ready to happen. um I see people are going to be in the dark as far as this surprise, whatever that surprise is. And it's people are going to be out of jobs within this company. People are going to lose jobs. And I even see people protesting. And I see a protest. People are going to be angry, and I see protesting. And I also see somebody going to jail. It's a man. I see a man, and it's gonna be on the news as well about this man, and it's gonna shock people that don't know this man. Not just him, but I see a couple people in his office. The Lord said it's a corporate thing, and they're mismanaging, and there's a mishandling, and it's like it's going to cause these companies to go into foreclosure or bankrupt. And I see people are going to lose their jobs, and it's going to happen when people's bills and rent are due. People are not going to be able to pay their bills and whatnot, and people are going to almost go homeless behind this. Yeah, it's going to be devastating. Now some details I would go in detail with you about maybe a bit later once I kind of those are fine tuned. But this was the part that he kind of gave to me right away and vividly to the point that I wrote. I had to write this down. And in fact, I kind of need to keep in touch with you for about the next 3 to 6 months because you're going to need to know what to do. You're going to need to know what to do. But you don't panic. Um, I, 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 I almost want to say if I don't know if you know anybody, you're close to anybody that kind of that is have any connection to this company. I don't know if you should. I kind of like hate it that people are going to lose their jobs, and then now and then you know what a lot of people don't know. But then I don't want you to. Yeah, you just have to keep this. I just thank you, Lord. You just have to kind of just know and just don't say. And you're gonna have to know, and you can't save others because I don't want nobody to say you were behind it or there to be an allegation on you when this was totally prophetic and spiritual. And I don't want people that, they kind of you'll say that and then this happens and then they look like you got something to do with it and now you're under an investigation. So you just kind of like not going to be able to save nobody. And I that's the part I kind of hate because people are going to lose their jobs and to see people almost on the verge of being homeless. And one lady, she's going to be on the verge of suicide. And see women on the verge of suicide behind this because they're not going to be able to pay. They're going to ask how I'm going to pay my bills, how I'm going to pay my mortgage, or how I'm going to pay my. You got people there that's trying to look at property and land and things like that. I don't know. People got high hopes in this company. I don't really know why, uh, and I don't know how big the company is. I don't know any, but people got high hopes in this company, and it's going to devastate homes. You get where I'm going. You kind of understand why it would devastate people. Did you now? Did you share this with Carlos or anybody? So there's no way that nobody could have told me any of this, right? Okay. Now I'm telling you exactly what you saw in your dream. Scary. Scary. I'm giving you exactly as if I was in your dream. As if God put me in your dream. And then the Lord put me in your dream and had me to have the dream in your dream and come out of the dream and tell you this again. Because my question was, God, why are you bringing this to me? He said, this is getting ready to happen soon. He said, I want her to sow a seed to you. He said, because, watch this, you was talking about the office. He said he want to give you another office. This is too detailed. I had no way of knowing that. You're seeing the office is in your dream. God brings your dream to me and clarifies in detail about an office. I wrote it down. I'm looking at the word office on my paper. And you're gonna be a some type of supervisor over another company, though. This is what I'm telling you. You're getting ready to get a promotion from this. It's going to be for, but I need to prepare you because it's going to be a responsibility that's going to be forced into your hands. But you're getting ready to make uh at least 200,000 more dollars. I don't know how crazy it is. Even that number is minute. You're getting ready to make a lot of money, but it's going to come with a gut wrenching responsibility. But the Lord said, don't you turn it down. You're not even going to want it because you're going to be hijacked because all of this stuff is going to hit the fan out of nowhere. And nobody's going to be prepared for it. There's a lady I want you to stay close to. Since you're a dreamer, I want you to, like you said, just kind of share it here and there, but not much. I don't want anybody to tie you in with anything. But one lady, I want you to stay close to her because if not, she's going to kill herself when this happens. She's going to be suicidal. People have high hopes in this job. I see a big protest too. Um, there are people that have high hopes and they're paying their bills, and I get it. I totally get it. They're paying mortgages and stuff. I get there's some uh I don't know anything about the finances of whatever, but somebody want to get buy some land. I'm looking at a lady thinking about buying some land. She's looking at the land and she is supposed to buy land around a certain time, and it may be crucial because she probably can buy it, but she will be in big trouble when because she's not going to be able to upkeep it, and she's going to turn kind of suicidal, and then there's somebody else that's going to turn suicidal, and then this is going to be bad. Um, yeah, I'm not liking this. It's just because of families, it just yeah, I'm not when I feel like this overwhelmingness where it's almost like can by put me into tears. This is not good. And I don't see many visions that bother me or put me in tears like that. Like I'm just kind of processing this as if I'm there. And like I can feel while I like it's like I'm at this place and I can feel it. And the Lord says this company is going to go under. Like I'm standing by a phone and he's saying the company is going to go under. I'm standing by a desk and he's saying the company is going to go under. There's a picture behind me on this wall and he's just saying the company is going to go under. Like I'm seeing in certain areas of this place. And he's saying he said, but their resources won't last. So what I'm so from here on, I'm gonna need I'm gonna make sure you get my number. I'm gonna need to stay in touch with you because you're gonna have to ask me what to do. I don't need you to make any drastic moves or decisions right now, and I need you to just play it cool. Um, because this is what you call in not this is what you call what I need the word, Lord. This is intense. This is called intense confirmation, which means it's going to happen very soon because you've had these dreams back to back, which is the Lord way of keep hinting and keep showing you and keep showing you and keep showing you what's going to happen. He's showing you so that you will not be startled or distraught. That's number one. Now he sends me to help you prepare for what's getting ready to happen soon. Because he said to me, he said, yeah, tell her. Yeah, you're going to be forced into another position, but it's going to be a big position, uh, a much bigger position. Yeah. People can't be trusted. People are going to be shipped out. People are going to be fired. People are going to be terminated. The company is going to be forced to kind of either sell the building or something, or go in foreclosure. It's just a lot going on that I'm seeing that kind of hard to because a lot of this is just I'm seeing something like the prophets of old in the Bible. They saw the future. They saw something ahead of their time, so they described it the best way they can. So I'm seeing where it's like monies was mismanaged, and now the building they have to sell the building, and then now they're on the verge of foreclosing or selling the building, and then things are just going to collapse. Everything is just going to go haywire from the top to the. And it's not just this company one; it's a corporate that is linked to this, and then from the repercussions of what's linked to this corporate, it's going to cause this company to go under, and it's going to happen fast. a minute. Say what? It's coming from where? Wait, say that again. Are y'all? Do you hear this, executive? It's coming from where? I saw corporate. That I'm seeing it while you're talking. Before you said it again, I keep seeing corporate. I wrote it. I wrote it down. This was 3, 4 hours ago when God dealt with me about this company. So he says he told me, he said, while you were talking, he said her seed, it can it can give an extension of grace. As far as this company, I will. He said it will cause a extension of grace. He said, and her seed, it will cause a greater revenue to open up for her. But he said this seed as well. He said the seed that you would sow will also give an extension for grace. That extension would be about a year. The company will do good for a year. He will give this company like a year extension because of what I'm seeing. What I'm seeing is like 6 months. This company is gonna just collapse. And I saw people. The Lord kept saying to me, people have high hopes. And I was looking at the people, and they were happy. Just what you are saying. And I'm like, wow, they are happy. And the Lord said, not for long. He said, I said, they're able to, they're happy. And I was like, they must be, they're making good money. He said, not for long. He said, this company is going to fall harder than Babylon. And then the Lord said to me, he is not right. And I saw he going away in handcuffs. And then I saw another he going away, almost like they were close friends or they were related. They were really close. They were politicking together. And they are like, we can do this, we can do that, we can cause this, we can flip this, we can create this, we can flip this, and we can make this work, we can do that. So they're, and then they are recruiting others. But I see at least 4 men, 4 to 5 men going in handcuffs or either in court. So, whoo, my God. Whoo. And it can't be denied. But I'm asking God for an extension of grace as far as this company collapsing. Because people, just what I'm saying, people are going to they're going to be, this is just not going to be good for people. And it's going to be a shame, and it's going to be unfortunate, and it's even more shame that the corporate and higher ups would put people's livelihood and financial livelihood in this state. And just not, I think companies and corporates should consider the well-being of their workers and employees and people that work for them, because without them you can't do it. One man can't do it. So for this to go this way, it's very they should be ashamed. And too bad they don't have well, they'd probably throw me out, but I would just let them know that the London Bridge is going to collapse. I saw it. um but the Lord's going to take me to the White House, and he told me, and just what you just said, he said, your task as a prophet, he said, you are different from a typical church prophet. because I'm going to send you to the corrupt companies and the corrupt corporate, and I'm going to send you among corporate, a higher up corrupt leaders, and you will give them the word of the Lord. And if they shun you, he said that their regions would collapse. He was going to take me to talk to people on Wall Street. He's going to send me to people like the president, not this one, but the next couple of them. He's going to send me to them, and I will sit in the back room with them and tell them what direction should they go as far as this nation. And the Lord is going to send me to highlight corporate corruption and to kind of go. He said he wanted me to zoom in on it and give direction, to corporate and the corruption in corporate, and to deal with the corrupt, in the corporate world. So this, I guess, is confirmation to me as well that the Lord can't make this stuff up when he tell me that I am going to be doing the dirty work. So he's been kind of talking to me and telling me that my assignment is not a happy go lucky one at all. But I am going, told me that he would send me, he's going to have to send me to the masses, that I was not a religious church prophet, but I was a prophet of forensics, and that he would send me into the forensic files of corruption and the corrupt and the things that are going on. And he would use me as a tool to help people keep their jobs, or to use me as a voice so that people would not be caught off guard, and show people how to start businesses ahead of time. So this just really did it for me as well, because this was like confirmation of what God had already been dealing with me about, and telling me that he was going to send me into the corruption of the corporate world. And then he gives me your dream and brings it to me at such this level of details is just crazy. And then, yeah, and then this is exactly what it is. So I mean, if I was there, I would just tell people to start investing elsewhere and just get ready. But I'm praying for people, and I'm going to ask Father for a grace extension. The Lord told me, if he showed me something that he said he's sovereign, but if I cover what he showed me, that he would consider the covering. And because we got a lot of prophets that they're prophesying doom, but they're not doing anything about it. The Lord gives prophets not just the vision, but he gives us the authority over it, as it relates to people and people's well-being. So for people's the sake of people's well-being, in I guess in a line of fire, I'm asking the Lord, and I'm gonna bind what I see for a little while, because this is not going to be good for families. But you, on the other hand, the Lord has given you this crazy confirmation, intense confirmation, and you sow on it, and you're gonna be okay. The only main reason why I would need to keep close to me for 3 months is because you're going to need instructions, and you're going to need direction, because the responsibility that you're getting ready to get is not a good. It's not it's a lot of money on it, but it's a disgusting. And I don't want to sound like that, but it's not a good responsibility. It's not a responsibility you're going to want. It's almost like you're going to rather leave the company and find something else. And the Lord said no. So I'm going to tell you ahead of time, don't move. You're gonna stay right there, and you're going to take this opportunity. It's going to look like it's not, but it is. Trust me. But you would be. I'd rather do the other route, but don't. You're not going to do the other route. I'll just kind of give you what to do, um, because you're going to have to be like the cleanup woman, and it's going to get very messy, very, 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 very messy. And Yes, absolutely. Um, absolutely. And I'm also speaking of them. I'm going to speak to you about something else, other things regarding the city you're in. The Lord has kind of shown me some things about the city that you're in, and I'm going to just kind of give you some other insight on the cities that you're in. Orlando is going to see about 10 storms, and I'll give you some insight and some instructions a bit later when the Lord kind of just releases me to do so. But right now, the main area of your life we're going to lock into is this company. And I'm going to just kind of give you what to do as you kind of ask, because the opportunities are going to come, and I'll just kind of give you the what I sense and what I'm seeing about it, and then kind of give you the red light or give you the yellow light if need be with certain things. But so just kind of, you just kind of woosah, know that the Lord is spoken, and uh, because of you following these instructions, you and your house would be a-okay. And the reason why I say a-okay is because financially you'll do great. But I said a-okay because this is going to be time consuming, and you're probably not going to have much of a life when everything hit the fan. Yeah, so I'm a I'm a realist. I'm not just a prophet, that just go, oh, I see a house and a car. I kind of give you the responsibilities and what comes with that, and and this is something that's why I'm kind of not a lot. I mean, people that are religious are not fond of me because a religious word is, I see money coming into your hands, but then the kind of prophet I am, I have to give you the science of what's coming into your hands. Yes, it's a lot of money, but I also have to I have to prepare you all around, because what good is money, and you don't have, and you lose your mind, or the money is overtaxing on your mental. So I have to give you like both sides of, I have to give you the transparency of the prophetic word at the same time. So that's what I do versus just saying, oh, I see a lot of money, or I see you're going to be great, or you're going to benefit. I have to give you the benefit, but then I also have to give you what's real. Because I would not, I would be otherwise I would be called a divinator and a psychic. And there was a very thin line for people that go, I see a house, car, and all of that, and that type of stuff. It's very close to being a psychic, and that's kind of psychic-ish. So I have to kind of give you the transparency of the prophetic word, and then this is where the Spirit of the Lord kind of communes with you while prophesying through me to you. So I'm giving you, yes, it's a lot of money coming into your hands, a lot. But the price of it, it's going to be a sticky, icky, very messy situation. Very messy and very time consuming and very draining. And you're not going to want to have no parts of it. And then it's like they're gonna tell you some things to get you to be like, okay, and then when you get in, you're gonna be like, now see, y'all, wait, whoa, nobody told me, no, wait, hold up, wait, whoa. No, this is demonic, because this anything that comes from my peace is not of God, but the Lord is saying this will be of me. um this is the way I'm going to prove myself. And if I gotta prove, the Lord says, in order for me to prove myself, I don't need your strength to do it. Woo! Sheko! Libiandele bekusabaya, la takabamandolo bokoshaya. I don't need Stephanie's strength to do it. Woo! So you don't back off from the opportunity, because I'm going to use this to put money in your hands. because you've been what's supposed to have been wealthy. You've been what's supposed to have been wealthy. And the well, and you've spent your life just spinning and spinning. And now the Lord said, I have spun you to the table with what you were supposed to be years ago. Mm, mm. So, um, you're going to really be able to do great things, and you're going to really be able to build the blueprint with this money. Mm, mm. Um, yeah, and you're going to really be able to move forward and move, in different other areas, with this money. Now, you're only going to take this position for a season because you're going to move into other areas that won't be as taxing. But the Lord is going to use the wealth of the wicked. He's going to stir the wicked up to give you that kind of money. He says, I'm going to let the wicked bless you and give you money. When Christians give you the money, when Christians give you the money, they don't understand value. But the wicked understands value because I created Satan, but Satan wasn't always Satan. He was Lucifer first. I created Lucifer full of wealth. So I so so the trajectory and the nature of the world lines up. The believers, we don't have it first. The Lord gives it to the wicked first, and then he stirs up confusion among the wicked and causes them to fight against each other. And while they're fighting against each other, the money is falling into your hands. By the way, the Lord says, sit real close to the boss, to the boss man, to the person that you work with. He's a man. Just allow him to, you know, teach you, and you take notes while he's talking, because you're gonna make double his money, says the Lord. And now I'm going into another realm. I'm gonna get off of here. My God, you're gonna make double his money. You're gonna make double his money. Yeah, let him show you whatever is needed. You just take notes. You're gonna make his money. Yep. That woman that you was just talking about is gonna be suicidal when this happened. That's the woman I kept saying. That's the woman. That's the woman. She's gonna be suicidal when this happens. I'm gonna tell you a secret, and this is it. She's also messing with someone in the company that she shouldn't be. And this is kind of like how she's able to do what she do. And that's just gonna be that's just for your notes. So she's gonna commit. She's gonna be suicidal. I pray not commit to. You kind of, if you report with her, just pray. Just be praying for her and kind of, just kind of. She's gonna kind of need you, and then she's gonna apologize to you for some stuff that she said about you, and she's gonna apologize to you for envying you, and she's gonna have to apologize. She's gonna come out and tell everything once this happened. Stay close to her too, because she's gonna come out with everything. And what she's gonna tell you, I could see the tears coming down your face, because you're gonna be like, "What? You were really that wicked?" Yeah, she does not quite like you. She just has to deal with you. And she's also put out a motion about you, but it's not working. But she's gonna be suicidal. So just kind of, um, kind of just, be, don't be as close, but be close enough to, because the position is going to fall on you. But you're getting ready to make. her money and his money, the man. But the man comes back up more than her. The man, you're gonna make double that. So 2027 is gonna be kind of like double. The Lord is saying, he said, I'm gonna pay for the repairs of what come to break you. He says, I'm gonna pay for those repairs. Uh-oh. And I'll I'll talk with you more about other things a bit later, but that was the word of the Lord um for right now. Like I said, he brought your dream to me. He showed it to you in a dream, and then he brought it to me and began to explain to me and talk. It's like he sat me down about your business. I got to be some kind of prophet for the Lord to do that. I'm gonna make sure Los will send you my number, and I'm gonna talk with you about some more information in a couple days or so. Um, n- no problem. You'll get my number and my information. Okay, I'll talk to you soon. Okay. Can't make this stuff.